grinding every day. Long hours, no backup, no accountability. That ends now. The Empower Solopreneur Mastermind gives you one simple advantage: a weekly power session that turns isolation into domination. Every Friday morning on Zoom, you'll get real coaching and real feedback to make real moves. Join a group of driven professionals in a program designed for solopreneurs and people working at home. Stop getting stuck. Start scaling. Seats are limited. Lock in yours today at modernobserver.com/empower-mastermind.
Iranian leader vows revenge. A refueling plane crashes in Iraq. McDonald's rolls out new low-priced options, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. Iran vows revenge on the U.S. and Israel. In what is allegedly the first public statement of the new supreme leader, Khamenei said Iran will continue to strike U.S. military bases and Israel and could look to open new fronts in the war. He also said the Strait of Hormuz, which handles about 20% of the world's oil, will remain closed. Khamenei has not appeared on video or in public amid reports that he was injured in the same airstrike that killed his father. Meanwhile, Israel launched a new wave of strikes in the Lebanese capital of Beirut as part of its ongoing conflict with the Iran-backed militant group Hezbollah. The United Nations said as many as 3.2 million people in Iran have been displaced by the war. 4 U.S. service members were killed when a KC-135 refueling aircraft crashed in western Iraq Thursday afternoon after a mid-air incident with a second aircraft. The aircraft went down in western Iraq around 2 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S. Central Command stated early Friday. 4 of the 6 crew members aboard the aircraft have been confirmed dead as rescue efforts continue. The other aircraft involved in the incident landed safely, according to CENTCOM. Officials said the loss of the aircraft was not the result of hostile fire or friendly fire. The identities of the service members are being withheld pending notification of next of kin and will be released 24 hours after that notifications are completed. An ROTC cadet ended a shooting attack by reportedly stabbing a gunman who opened fire inside an academic building at Old Dominion University in Norfolk, Virginia on Thursday morning. The shooter killed an ROTC instructor and wounded 2 cadets before being killed. The gunman was identified as Mohammed Baylor Jalal, a former Virginia National Guardsman previously convicted of providing material support to ISIS. The Old Dominion incident is being investigated as a terror-related attack. Later on Thursday, in an unrelated attack in Michigan, an attempted car bomber drove a vehicle full of explosives into a West Bloomfield synagogue's front entrance before security opened fire and killed the suspect. 1 security guard was struck by the vehicle and hospitalized. TSA agents will miss their first full paycheck today as the Department of Homeland Security shutdown drags into its 4th week with no deal in sight. Major airports, including Denver and Seattle-Tacoma, are now collecting donations of gift cards and have begun stocking food pantries for TSA workers. Unscheduled absences among security officers have more than doubled. Over 300 employees have quit, and some airports have seen hours-long lines at security checkpoints during the spring break travel surge. Senate Democrats on Thursday defeated a motion to proceed to a House-passed bill to reopen DHS and end the shutdown. The 2 sides remain deadlocked over conditions for immigration enforcement, despite the fact that ICE has been fully funded. The 21st Century Road to Housing Act, authored by Republican Senator Tim Scott and Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren, will now travel to the House of Representatives after an 89-10 vote. The legislation would create grants and pilot programs to spur housing construction and introduce new federal limitations on large institutional investors' ability to buy up single-family homes. The bill's fate in the House is uncertain, though, as President Trump reportedly stressed to House Speaker Mike Johnson that his top priority was getting the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act passed. McDonald's is doubling down on its McValue menu as the fast food giant acknowledges that years of post-pandemic price hikes have left many Americans feeling priced out of a basic burger and fries. In an internal message to franchisees, the world's largest burger chain announced a sweeping McValue 2.0 initiative set to launch in April, featuring $3 items and $4 meal deals designed to lure back lower-income consumers who have pulled back on spending because of persistently high living costs. We have achieved incredible progress together and remain committed to meeting ever-changing customer needs, McDonald's wrote in a message to chain franchisees obtained by the Wall Street Journal. The new menu items will replace the previous buy one, add one promotions. Customers can soon pay $3 or less for items including 4-piece chicken McNuggets or a sausage biscuit and $4 for a breakfast meal deals with a McMuffin sandwich, hash brown, and coffee. That's the Raw Naked Truth for March 13th, 2026. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth Daily News Brief, as well as our sister podcast, Carnivore Radio, with news analysis and commentary, and the rest of the Xvadio Podcast Network at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcast app, YouTube, Rumble, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.